it just kind of blurred those lines because it was the first of its kind. And so
were you hoping when Kristin and Stephen were both single that maybe they would get back together? Or is that just us as fans of the show?
Well, it's funny because that infamous photo of the two of them, I was supposed to meet them out that night. And so, you know, I think everyone has a little bit of like, oh, Kristin and Stephen, it's just nostalgic, like, you know, but, you know, I think they're better as apart and friends. And so, you know, I mean, who knows?
Right. Was the love triangle between Stephen, Kristin, and Lauren, was that as big of a deal for you guys as it was for viewers?
No. No, there was like, so it's like the same thing with Jessica, Jason, and I. It was like, it was very contrived. Like they knew that there was storylines and they built upon those, and timelines were split and cut apart. And because it was shot like a soap opera, pretty much, it was hard for like viewers to like understand if it was reality or real. And I mean, and it just kind of blurred those lines because it was the first of its kind. And so, I mean, it was definitely, there was those storylines, things happened, but I think like with the editing, it really, you know, kind of piecemealed things together that maybe weren't like 100%.
Was the love triangle between Kristin, Stephen, and Lauren, was that as big of a deal to you guys as it was to the viewers?
There was definitely an ounce of truth to that. I think definitely the show, it was a little bit more manifested and created. But I mean, Kristin and Stephen definitely, they were dating and, you know, had a really awesome relationship. And I can't speak for Lauren, but I do think that like there was, her and Stephen also dated off and on. So the dynamic was definitely there. But I think what was put out there was definitely more created. And then, you know, it wouldn't be an uncommon thing for the producers to feed us information. So whether it be true or not, you definitely fall into it. So it would be like a real thing where we're fed information and then the cameras are rolling and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, and you just have to start talking about it.
As somebody that just sat down with Stephen and Kristin, were you hoping when they were both single that maybe they would get back together?
Oh, I mean, of course, I'm always rooting for them. They're both so good looking. So I feel like that would just be like, it would almost be like when Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis got together, you'd be like, yes, it's perfect. But I think now all said and done, they're just super good friends and they've been through so much together. So I think it's really fun that they can play into that fact that they're such good homies and, you know, like they don't have to be romantically involved to be doing something. But I think it's more of a running joke than anything for them to be together.
Was it as big of a deal as it was to viewers, the whole Lauren, Stephen, Kristin love triangle? Was it as big a deal to you guys as it was to everybody watching the show?
From my perspective, it's a little different. I wasn't really friends with Stephen in high school. Lauren, I was friendly with. We became better friends as kind of the show went on. Mm-hmm. My understanding is that it wasn't as big of a deal as MTV portrayed it. Mm-hmm. You know, and now that I've talked to them, it definitely wasn't, right? Now that I've had, you know, we're friends, they're just like, it was never as big. Like, I think there wasn't as much overlap as the show made it appear. Like, was he in a relation? Did he hang out or hook up with these girls? I think so. I mean, I haven't really talked to him about it. I definitely dated Kristin, but, you know, they made it seem like there was this heavy overlap, and it definitely wasn't the case. But it made for great TV, right? If not, it wouldn't be probably, they wouldn't be as popular as they would be if it wasn't for that. So in a weird way, they should be thanking MTV for that.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.